Big time, 5 times for the big boys. Big boys. So, here we are in this lovely establishment. What do you think we are eating, sir?
Oh, this is tea. If I get one guess, what the hell? Is this just water? This is hot water. This isn't tea.
Yeah, it's not water.
Why do you even hot water?
We're gonna need that later. Not
Should
right
I fill
now.
it back in?
Yeah, you can. Or you can drink hot water if you want to drink hot water.
Okay, hot water.
So what do you think we're eating? What have you observed?
Right, if I take one guess,
Oh,
you'll
he's
need a
found the
little
egg basket.
It's got something to do with eggs. It's got something to do with chicken.
No.
Oh, I stand corrected.
You do stand correct. We will be eating the eggs. But it's got nothing to do with chicken.
Okay. It's like an egg thing. Duck, pork, beef.
Well, we'll be eating something called 순두부찌개. What that means is basically soft bean curd soup. And it's made by boiling beef, seafood, and tofu together in the soup. There's loads of different variations of it, loads of different styles of it. This is one that I like, and this is a good one for beginners because it can get quite crazy. The 순두부찌개, it can get quite sour, bitter in some places and stuff. This place is good for beginners, and they have other things on the menu which we're going to try too.
So is this a soup?
Yes.
It's a soup. Tofu soup.
Now, often you will eat this soup on its own, which is a bowl of rice, and that would be your meal, some side dishes. But in some places like this, you'll eat it with like maybe a plate of meat or a plate of something else. It's quite a unique taste, something that you've never had before in Korea. Something that I didn't used to like, but I started liking recently. And yeah, something very different that you've never seen in Korea before.
So, I don't eat tofu back at home. It's because nobody knows how to cook it. I actually like it when it's good properly. What is bean curd?
So I've actually made tofu, this stuff before. I went to a factory and did it one time. I mean, how do you explain bean curd? It's the stuff that rises to the top of the broth, I guess, that they make. They boil it. It's made by coagulating soya milk, I don't know what coagulating means, and then pressing the resulting curds into solid white blocks of varying softness.
So coagulate is when you split fat and water and it looks kind of like really gross.
Yeah, that's how you do it, yeah. There's different firmness of it. You can get it like medium firmness, quite firm, extra firm, soft. This is a soft one. So it sort of like melts in your mouth when you eat in the soup. So you can see here, look, you got beef tripe, you got beef soybean, you got kimchi, you got ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese.
You got a bean one.
Sandwich.
You got a seafood one, you got oyster one. There's loads of different variations of this, man. And if you go to some place in Korea where this is famous for, you just get tons of different ones.
This all sounds real good, dude.
Yeah, it's a big thing in Korea actually.
So are these cooked?
These are not cooked. So you crack these and you put them into your soup when it comes out.
Ah, okay.
Which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
One of the only places I've seen which does that. Yeah, no, you do not crack that open. So we've gone for the classic, and the one you gotta try is the seafood and beef one.
Oh yeah, it's got best of both ones.
Yeah, and in this place you order it in the set. We're gonna have some tteokgalbi. You remember we had that garlic beef patty when we went to that place we did paragliding?
Ah, I thought you were saying rice cakes there. I was like, of course I've had rice
It is a
cake.
rice cake. They bash it up like when you make rice cakes, and that's why it's called that.
Okay.
Dog is the word for rice cake. You're actually you're right. You're right. You're right. And we're gonna have some bulgogi, which is the minced up meat.
Sounds real good. Sounds like a feast.
Oh, it's a feast.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough.
Alright, so what you want to do with the rice, like that. You want to spoon out all the okay rice. It's quite funny. We saw something hot on the table, assumed it was cheese, and then Korea was like, no. You don't know, Floyd.
Oh, that's what that is for. Aha.
Pop it in.
I want to eat the crunchy rice. Oh.
I know, but you're gonna have plenty of times to have crunchy rice.
Egg time.
It's time for you to actually try it this way, just for once. Get yourself an egg, yeah.
Give it the one-hander.
I went in.
What's the deal?
Perfect. Bon appetit. Start with the soupy soup.
That's really refreshing soup, that. And this is the bean curd?
Yep.
I see what you mean about the softness. It's like a cloud.
Yeah.
It's a very subtle flavour. Soup's a great
Soup is a very subtle flavour. Nothing too overpowering.
I feel like I can taste everything that's in here. It's nice.
You get the taste of the beef, the seafood, you got some shrimp in there, some little cockerels, and then obviously the bean curd. Spices in there.
You got cockerels?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some too.
And then one of my favourite things to do with it is throwing some rice. I don't throw in all my rice, but I like throwing a bit because I find it just thickens up the soup a little bit, so it absorbs some of it, makes it even nicer. And then you also get rice and seafood.
Oh, it's lovely with the rice actually. I really actually like it with the beef.
Yeah.
It's like the chewiness of the beef, it brings like a nice texture.
But I feel like without the seafood in there as well, though, it'd be missing something. Like, I feel like having both of them in there just completes it. Because there's not many dishes that you see which have meat and seafood in them.
No, it's usually one or the other, man.
But this one, it works really well.
Can I have some omelette?
Yes, you can, sir. So you see there's little chives in here, some American style cheese. And you also dip that with tomato ketchup. That's the Korean way to eat it. Very nice.
It's a lovely omelette. Koreans know about their omelettes, man.
They do. Oh, man. Soup's really addictive as well. Once you discover it, you end up eating it like quite often.
This was back home, I'd eat this a lot, dude.
Yeah. But for a while, I didn't want to try it because I was like, tofu soup? Oh, I'm going to waste my time with tofu soup. No meat? I didn't even know it had meat or like seafood in it. I just thought it was tofu.
I would do the same. When I saw the description, tofu soup, I'm like, no.
No. But then I went and tried it with a friend.
I never looked back.
I actually felt a bit like an idiot. I was like, Jesus, why didn't I eat this whole time?
Going for the Emil recommendation here.
Oh, hell yeah. Rice, kim, and the nutty dog.
Those flavours complement each other, bro.
I love this, man. Such a classic. Let's try some of this. Aviation.
Oh, I'll be looking at this, bro.
Get a bit of an onion with that one. That's the pork one. Never as good as the beef.
Different texture.
Different texture, different flavour. In my opinion, with all dokkaebi, the beef is just the king.
I think you're right, actually.
Well, it's quite nice. It's not overpowering. This place is not a specialist for this stuff. They're a specialist for this, but it's nice as a side dish to this. I'll try the bulgogi as well. Very nice.
Yeah, I dig that.
Oh man, go back to your tofu soup after that.
After this?
After eating all that other stuff, go back to your tofu soup and try it.
I don't get bored of this. This flavour doesn't bore me, it's always new.
Oh man, you need to get more rice than that, mate. With the rice, it's just so much better. Now, there is a trick to deshelling the mackerel.
Show me your tricks, Emil.
Go around this bone here. Oh no, I messed that up. I have messed that up completely. I was supposed to go from the other side.
Yeah, you're supposed to go down that line there.
Yeah, and then pull it like this. There we go. That's what I was meant to do. In a while, gets rid of a lot of the bones, but because I messed it up the first time, there's still new bones, be careful.
Fishy though, very fishy.
Oh hell yeah.
I got myself a little seaweed taco. Oh hell yeah. It's good to have the sides when you go through them, and then when you come back to the soup, it's like Christmas again.
Yeah, the way the soup pulls down a bit as well, so you get bigger mouthfuls. Very nice tofu as well. The flavour's not too overpowering. It's so soft.
Cheesy omelette, man. And I'm out of cheese. This is healthy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I find all the traditional Korean foods are very healthy.
Overall, it's a very healthy cuisine, Korean food. It's only in recent times that it started becoming unhealthy. Start throwing cheese on everything.
Once they started letting the Westerners in.
Yeah. All the Korean traditional dishes have started. Well, they got to compete with unhealthy Western food, which obviously kids love. So they've started fusioning a little bit. But you can still go to places and get the real stuff. If that's what you like. But I'm not too Complaining about the fusions, I do like a little bit of cheese on my Korean food.
I'm not gonna complain either.
Wow, we killed this fish. We must have been some hungry Russians.
I was pretty hungry, dude. I mean, whilst you were sleeping, you know, I was up working out.
Here we go. Here we go. It is time. Take off your lid. Now there are different ways to eat it. The most traditional is just to eat it straight up.
Aha!
See how easily it comes off?
Oh, I love these stone bowls, man. Still boiling up.
Yeah, it's still steaming.
It's got like a roasted flavour to it.
And it's a very traditional thing to do with the rice. It's basically so that nothing's wasted, you know?
It's such a nice way to eat, actually.
That is good. And it's actually quite refreshing at the end of a meal.
It is actually. You have something plain that just cleanses you. I feel cleansed.
Right, Floyd, so the moment of truth. Talk me through the meal, you give it a score out of 10.
Am I including the sides or is it just about the soup?
Let's do the soup. Yeah, yeah.
How do I start this speech? So tofu for me is one of those things where you're just like, tofu? Nah. I'll give it chicken. You know, it's one of those things. But it was actually really nice. It was super soft, it was refreshing. It was like, the soup flavor was real nice. So I'm gonna go ahead, give the tofu soup, maybe like 7.2. 7.2 is good. I really enjoyed it. It was just it was a lovely soup. And you could have it like any hour of the day.
Yeah, it's a meal for all occasions, the tofu soup. And you know, it's nothing spectacular, like big flavors and whoosh. But it's just a nice hearty, like quite addictive meal that Koreans grow up eating, and something that a lot of people don't get to try when they come, but something that I thought I'd show you because it's one way to make tofu, which we probably don't like that much normally, into something that actually you really like, which is actually really tasty.
Order in a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to